You'll find walking bass lines in many punk subgenres, from mid-70s bands like The Clash through to 90s acts such as Rancid, and perhaps most notably in ska punk, where walking bass lines are even more common than your standard root note bass line. To write something like this, you can use simple scales to move from one note to another. For instance, if you have a chord progression from A to D, you can ascend a scale, like a major scale, starting from A through to D, using quarter notes or eighth notes to fill in the gaps. You can also apply techniques such as chromaticism, which in this context would mean ascending or descending your walking bass line in half steps. This is a nice way to add dissonance and build up tension in your bass line, making even the most basic chord progressions sound more interesting. Counter melodies can be found throughout punk and its many subgenres. Perhaps the best example of this can be heard in the Dead Kennedys' Holiday in Cambodia, where Clive Fluoride's droning melodic bass line, which kicks off the song, plays underneath the lead guitar. Here you have two distinct melodies playing over each other to create a unique sound. If I then remove this melody from the bass line and simply play the root note, you can hear how much of the tension has now been removed from the song. Rapidly picked arpeggios are often found in subgenres that rely heavily on speed, such as skate punk, hardcore, and even some pop punk. The twist here comes notably from Fat Mike of NoFX, who helped to popularize the idea of using upstrokes to start the bass line.
I think I invented this style of bass riff. I do it in two songs, In the Decline and The Idiots Are Taking Over. It's a weird circular pattern, it's a triplet.
Bass chords are excellent for filling out the low end of a mix. They're especially useful for playing in smaller bands like trios, where there are fewer competing parts, allowing more space for the bass to enhance the overall sound. To get started with this approach, try using common chords such as major and minor thirds, or power chords. You can also combine these with droning notes or arpeggios to further enhance the sound. While fingerpicking is common in most styles of bass, it's less prevalent in punk rock due to the genre's emphasis on aggression and the extra attack that a pick can provide, though that doesn't mean there aren't well-known bands that prefer this technique over using a pick. Notable examples include Carl Alvarez era Descendants, No Use for a Name, and Eastern Youth, all of whom have made fingerpicking a big part of their sound. Fingerpicking, like playing with a pick, can influence the grooves and sounds you come up with. I highly recommend learning both techniques as they can be valuable in different situations. The smoother tone that fingerpicking provides can be beneficial, especially for achieving cleaner transitions when moving across the fretboard. And if you're a guitarist who's struggling to write better bass lines, then watch this video next.